Hey guys, it's Dr. Robotnik64, and this is a video for a game called Rigs of Rods. So what this game is that it's a vehicle simulator that utilizes soft body physics. And in my opinion, this is probably one of the best vehicle simulators out there at the moment. It is pretty popular. Apparently, with all the downloads combined of every version that's been released of the game in total has been downloaded over 5.8 million times. So it's a very popular indie game, and technically it is an indie game because it was developed by an independent group of people, I believe. I think, anyway. Don't quote me on that because I actually do not remember 100%. So yeah, so in this video I'm basically going to show you what you can do in the game. Now, this is another video with post-commentary, but I think possibly for the first time ever, the reason I'm doing this video with post-commentary is actually not because the original video went off sync, because I recorded the original video with stereo mix. Now, when I looked at the video after recording it, surprisingly, the audio did not go off sync at any point in the video, which really surprises me because the game actually lagged a lot while I was recording. But I still want to make this video with post-commentary anyway because, personally, I think this is a type of game where I think it would make more sense if I were to do like a post-commentary review video on it, rather than a gameplay video with live commentary, basically. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this video with post-commentary, but had I known that before, I'd probably be doing it with live commentary, but anyway. So as you can see, we just loaded up a map here, which is called Traction Test, so you can basically test out your vehicle's traction on many different types of terrain. As you can see, you have all these vehicles. I believe there's 121 in total. I believe that's the exact amount. And all of these vehicles come with the game. They're not like mods or anything, because you can download mods for this game that basically add more vehicles and more maps into the game. The game is pretty customizable. And there are a variety of different vehicles in Rigs of Rods as well. As you can see, there's basically cars, trucks, off-road trucks. There's actually airplanes as well. And there's even boats. Now, obviously, you can only drive the boats on water. So right here I spawn a vehicle called the Chevrolet S10 Shortbed. Now let's take a look at our character first. Now as you can see, the character is just extremely weird. You control him like any other character in a video game by using the WAS and D keys, and I believe the arrow keys also work. If you right click and hold down, you can also change the camera angle there as well, as you can see. Now the thing that makes the main character weird in this game is that he almost doesn't collide with anything. Like, if you get out of your vehicle, you can actually walk right through the vehicle. You can walk through buildings, and you can scale mountains in an instant. You don't even need to try. And falling from a great height doesn't hurt him either. So the character you're controlling in this game is basically the human version of SCP-106. But anyway, if you press the tab key, you can get kind of like a overview map here, as you can see. You can just kind of overlook the terrain here. So we have different types of terrain here that are all color-coded. Now, the one to the far left is the asphalt terrain, so I'm going to go on there. You also control your car like any other vehicle simulator. You can use the arrow keys, I believe. Not entirely sure if WAS and D works. Change camera angles by pressing the C key on your keyboard. Now, in order to start up your car, basically what you have to do first is that you have to turn on the ignition, which you can do by pressing the X key. And then after that, you actually need to start up the engine, which you can do by pressing the S key on your keyboard. You can put the parking brake on by pressing the P key, and the parking brake is useful because basically it stops your car from like rolling down a hill or something. Well, somewhat anyway. And as you just saw a few moments ago, you can also look inside the cockpit, and the steering wheel actually animates. You can just turn all the way around back here, and then you can go back down to terrain. We go on the white one, which I actually do not remember what it is. So you just go down here, kind of have to take it slow because you're going down a hill there. But as you can see, I went a bit too fast and my car got damaged a bit. So then you can get out of the vehicle by pressing Enter. I don't think you can get out of the vehicle while it's moving, however. So it appears as though I broke something off my truck here, but I'm not exactly sure what it is because I'm not a car expert. I mean, like, I'm not a mechanic or anything, so I don't know what the heck I broke exactly, nor do I know how to fix it. But I appear to have some front-end damage to my truck nonetheless. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm just, like, literally walking right through my truck. And then you can press the shift key to sprint. You can also press the space bar to jump, although his jump's not very, large. Kind of like a small bunny hop or something. And there we go. You can just scale mountains with ease. And you fall from a great height, that doesn't hurt you. You get stuck to the side of the mountain, you go back up in an instant. And also, I believe when you press the left or right arrow keys, to basically like move to the side, your character doesn't animate. He just kind of like slides to the left and slides to the right all day and night till the morning light. Now this is where the fun starts. So let's go back up the asphalt terrain here. Even though my truck is a bit damaged, it's still drivable at least. So, and then I basically stalled the engine here, so I have to restart here. Gotta restart it. There we go. And then you can just decide to say forget it and just go right off the cliff here. There we go. And well, somewhat flattened like a pancake, I guess. It didn't look like a very good collision, though. I believe the driver might be dead, although you can still look in the cockpit, apparently. Nope, driver's still alive, so this guy's basically indestructible, so he's like the guy from Demolition Company. But as you can see, the truck almost appears to be, like, bent, for goodness sakes. I mean, look at that, though. It's kind of like curving, almost. Oh, fear not, though. The car is still drivable somehow, even though it's received terminal damage. I mean, both my doors have been blown open, basically. So let's go on the gravel side now. I don't really see much difference here between asphalt and gravel, but there we go. So we go up here, and then we go into the cockpit view here, and we decide to do this again. And there we go. Huge collision. Basically, the impact is so tremendous that my character gets forced through the ceiling of the car. And there we go. Even somehow it's still drivable. And there's something hanging onto my car that is actually not even attached to my car somehow, so I don't know. But look at that, though. The entire, like, interior has just been flattened. And somehow I can still drive this. How the heck? How could my character even possibly fit into there anymore? I mean, geez. And not to mention, he doesn't even appear in the cockpit anyway when you're driving, so he basically transforms into a ghost. Alright, so here's another map called Island. So what we're going to do here is that we're actually going to do some crash tests. So let's start with the good old Lexus right here first. So basically, as you can see, we're just going down this like mountain here, and then we're just going to flip over and then completely lose control of our car. There you go, just tumbling down the mountain. Use this camera angle to, well, basically watch the car as it tumbles down the mountain. It's a pretty nice camera angle, actually. And there you go, it's going to fall into the water, and it just barrel rolls right into the water just about now. So there you go. And then you can still get out of the car, but apparently you can look in the cockpit if you are underwater. So as you can see, your character can also swim, although he swims rather strangely. I mean, those legs are going pretty fast, but the arms are going very slow. So after hiking back up the mountain here, we now have the Chevrolet S10, I believe either slammed or drag. As you can see, we already lost a wheel even before we started tumbling down the mountain. And there you go. Definitely more damage this time than the Lexus. And just barrel rolling. There goes a whole bunch of debris over there, so debris just flies off the car. My goodness. Didn't fall into the water this time, it just stopped short of the water, but there you go. Quite a bit of damage that time. We have some debris scattered all around the mountain. And, well, the engine still appears to work, but we can't drive it, I guess because we're missing a wheel. And then the engine stalls. And finally, we have the good old 1969 Chevrolet Camaro, and the game starts lagging quite a bit here. I don't know what the heck was even going on during this test run. Camaro was just pretty much breakdancing rather than tumbling down the mountain. I don't know, I couldn't regain control of it at all. And not to mention, it just kind of was flying around in the air almost, basically. Not to mention, as you can see, tire right there is just spazzing out. Oh, and then the game crashes. What a glorious day indeed. So this is another map right here called Simple Terrain. And we're going to crash a Lexus right into the back of that Chevrolet S10 right there. And there you go. So I just absolutely decimated the back of that Chevrolet S10, and I'm actually just kind of pushing it along here. But then I decide to get out of the car here, and this is basically where the game decided to decimate itself. So I get out of the car right here, and then that happens, and then the camera angle goes all weird on me. Then I get out of the car, and I'm greeted by this. Yeah, all the textures of the car, specifically the Lexus, are all stretched out all over the place. And they just randomly appear and disappear when I change camera angles. And for whatever reason, the Chevrolet S10 does not have a scratch on it, even though I was pretty sure I did in fact damage it. So I guess the S10 must have did like a counterattack or something, then just decide to magically repair itself somehow. and now my character is just moonwalking. I don't even know what the heck's going on in this game anymore. Using the Chevrolet S10 right here, we're going to crash into that other truck over there. We're going full speed ahead, change the camera angle so we can see it better. And there we go, we crash right into it, although the lag kind of ruins it, to be honest, but did a considerable amount of damage to it. Took out the back of the truck, also blew the door open. That damaged my truck very badly as well. So then I come back, decide that I want more of it, and then I do it again, and then I just completely tear the front end off of the other truck. So that's basically the soft body physics at work there. And then I decide to do it again, except this time I actually get stuck on top of the truck. So then I just jump out of my truck here to inspect the damage. So there you go. Basically, yeah, we kind of have some physics defiance right here, however. Part of the orange truck is just going straight through part of my truck. But yeah, basically I got it stuck on there. So, you can also press the escape key to basically, well, exit out of the game. I'm not sure if that's the only way that you can actually change maps. I think it might be, though. Trying to fly an airplane right here, but I have no idea what the controls are. I know that page up and page down are to engage the throttle, but I don't know what the other buttons do. And great, the game crashed again. Perfect. So I guess the game crashed as to tell me, lols, learn the controls before you play new. Anyway. And now to end things off, I'm going to run over a couple of cars here with my racing truck right here. So we go over the Lexus right here, so we completely flip it over, and it just kind of glitches right through our truck, actually. So we go right over it, and it actually just goes right through the wheels. So, yeah, barely did any damage to it, even though I just basically crushed it under the truck. There we go. We have some damage there anyway, but not as much as I expected. So the Lexus is pretty sturdy. Will it be the same thing for the Chevrolet S10, however? Oh, I think not. I just basically crushed the Chevrolet S10 instantly. Wow. Just eviscerated. Yeah, eviscerated basically means the same thing as annihilated and decimated, except different, because to be honest, I just use the words annihilated and decimated way too often in my videos. But then the next thing you know is that I'm going to start using the word eviscerated too often in my videos. There we go. Just absolutely destroyed the Chevrolet S10, just flattened it. Well, somewhat flattened it anyway. Got some debris scattered around here, but yeah, that thing is definitely no longer drivable. Well, then again, we could always try just for fun, so right here I do decide to get back in here. I think the engine still does work, however, but no way in heck I'm going to be able to drive it upside down, especially not in that condition either. And, well, damage on the Lexus is not so severe. I mean, we got some broken windows and the roof is all dented, but other than that, still drives normally. Not something you really expect from a racing truck basically crushing it under the weight of its wheels, but I don't know. Lexus is pretty sturdy if you ask me. But to be honest, I think that's pretty much all I have to say about Rigs of Rods. So it's a pretty interesting vehicle simulator. It is actually pretty popular, and to be honest, in my own opinion, it's one of the best vehicle simulators out there right now. It utilizes soft body physics, which is pretty cool, so yeah. And something I should actually mention. The creators of Rigs of Rods have actually released another vehicle simulator earlier this year, I believe, called BeamNG Drive. Originally, I was planning on making videos of BeamNG Drive, but I'm not going to because my computer can barely even run the game correctly, so just because of that, I'm not going to make videos of it because it's going to look terrible in my opinion, so yeah. But yeah, they did release another game called BeamNG Drive. You should definitely check that out as well in addition to Rigs of Rods. I believe Rigs of Rods is still somewhat updated. Well, I think ever since the release of BeamNG Drive, it's only been updated a bit rarely, but you can still check out the game anyway at the official Rigs of Rod website, or Rigs of Rod's website, I should say. As usual, links are in the description as always, so yeah. But I think I'm done for now. So if you want to download this game, the link's in the description. So this is Dr. Robotnik64. Thank you for watching. If you want, feel free to like or favorite this video or maybe subscribe. Also, feel free to follow me on Twitter or check out my Google Plus page as I post alerts about videos I've recently uploaded to both of these places. Links to my Twitter account and Google Plus page are in the description of all my videos, including this one. That's it for now, so I'll see you guys in the next video I make. Later.